Alright, this just made my day. This is gonna be hilarious. The Romans have attacked me at a bridgehead. I didn't notice that, so they're the attackers. So they're going to literally just have to bottleneck right into a horde of my Iberian infantry. Oh, sorry, I'm kind of laughing because this is really gonna be funny, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'll move all my cavalry up, which this is not going to be needed until the Romans start to run. I say this could be a pretty good match. If I had phalanx troops, this would be an absolute slaughter. But since there's a bottleneck, I'm pretty sure even my Iberians are going to handle this pretty well. So what we're going to do is immediately barricade the bridge, and then we're just going to pack it with my men. But I'm not going to put them on the bridge. I'm just going to put them to where the Romans can funnel off the bridge, but they'll be completely surrounded, and this is going to wear down on their morale. And then I'm going to move my general right behind my Iberians in order to bolster the morale of my Iberians. So here comes the first Roman troops across the bridge. It's the unit of Principes, and my troops are going to engage now. And like I said, the Principes are superior in stats, and it looks like they have a few upgrades and stuff too. But since the Romans are completely surrounded, this is going to be pretty much a wholesale slaughter. I know that's a term I use all too often, but you can see that this is going to be bad. The Romans are surrounded on all fronts, and it's just going to be me turning them into mincemeat. So there's some Equites getting thrashed. Oh, I did some interesting reading recently. Equites in real life were originally armed in the fashion that you see them here. So that's a fairly accurate depiction of extremely early Equites. But a little bit later on in the Republic, Equites actually became heavy cavalry. And a lot of people think that Roman cavalry really stinks, myself included. But come to find out, the Roman cavalry had been almost undefeated in the years of the early Republic since the Equites had switched into the heavy version, until they met Hannibal. Hannibal, of course, usually had numerically superior cavalry, but also had his cavalry was just more technically superior as well. The Numidians were extremely talented riders, and the Spanish cavalry was also extremely talented. And then led by the talented Carthaginian officers, Hannibal's cavalry was really a tough match. So Roman cavalry in the early days of the Republic was actually quite effective, albeit small in numbers, and Equites actually became heavy cavalry, not just light cavalry. So I thought you might find that interesting. But yeah, Hannibal was one of the first leaders to defeat Roman cavalry in a great long time. Okay, now this is funny. The Romans are actually retreating into my men. So this is just like them marching into a wood chipper. I enjoy this. We're going to go ahead and continue the battle. I want to see the rest of this. I mean, there's got to be a real... Yeah, look at the pile of Roman corpses there. I mean, that's just brutality. That's almost a war crime. So it looks like there's one Roman trying to escape, and it's a lone war dog trainer, and I will bravely ride him down with his two remaining dogs. I don't know where my cavalry are going. Hopefully we can catch this war dog and this war dog trainer. I'd like to be able to say that every Roman here was destroyed. So this is kind of like my own River Trebia here. Not quite on the River Trebia, and a little bit different setup, but it was a massacre nonetheless, and certainly in the favor of the Carthaginians. It looks like the computer is trying to help this guy get away. I know this might seem like a waste of footage to some people, but I'm sorry. This battle was freaking hilarious, and my Iberians just chewed up an extraordinary number of Roman legionnaires. So I want to make sure that every last one of the Romans is dead that came into this battle. Now let's see if we can get this guy. There we go. And his precious dogs too. Sorry, Fido, Toto, and Dutch. You're all dead. Well, that's the end of that battle. That was a heroic victory. Theodecles has prevailed. Alright, I came right back to the campaign map, and as I did, I am being attacked by a giant army of Spain, and that's probably at Corduba. Let's zoom up. Yep, looks like I'm being attacked at Corduba. They have some rams, Iberian infantry, round shield, basically the same kind of units I do, except they outnumber me, and they have a lot of skirmishers, and then this one unit of Scutarii. So let's go ahead and fight this battle as well. Alright, well I just fought that battle against the Spaniards, and yeah, you can see that they won. It's kind of weird. I was actually really kicking their butts really badly. I had my cavalry out and had mowed down the vast majority of their army, and all of a sudden my infantry just chain routed, and I had literally like 75 men left in each unit, and my infantry chain routed, and then my cavalry routed. And while my men were running back in the city gates, the pressing Spaniard troops killed them all. So it's really one of the odder things that I've ever seen. I rarely lose to the AI, and that was one of them. I don't really know what happened there. I killed the Spanish general. The Spanish army was in a chain rout. They had like 2 units of infantry left. And all of a sudden, every last one of my infantry chain routed without my general being dead. So kind of weird, but that's what happened, and I guess I'll have to deal with it. So I'll just I'll just take that city back. Shouldn't be much of a problem. Anyway, let's go back into Italy. I'm going to leave a couple of units of Libyan spearmen to guard Croton, and then I'm going to head on to Tarentum, and we're going to maintain the siege there. And let's take a look at our northern army. We'll march this direction. Looks like we have a Julii army blocking our path. And I'll just wait here for him to attack me. And I'm going to recruit some barbarian units in order to absorb some casualties. That way I can save my Carthaginian units for siege battles. Alright, let's end yet another turn. Alright, the Julii are attacking me in the north. So let's take care of this fight right now. Alright, here we are in the battlefield north of Italy, and what would be Gaul, I suppose. And I am, since I have a massive horde of cavalry, I'm going to use them. And what I'm going to do is see if I can lure the Romans out into the open, since they attacked me. Your cavalry is not as effective versus infantry when they're fighting in the woods. So we're going to let the Romans march out into the open, and then I'm going to slam into them with a massive cavalry. And hopefully we'll just wrap them up rather quickly. If not, I'll take some losses, but it shouldn't be the end of the world. So here we go. I'm moving up a flanking force of cav, and then I'm going to hit the Romans from the front as well. I am risking my general here, charging him headlong into the enemy. But I'm trying to have some fun. I'm trying to demonstrate the superiority of this massive blob of cavalry I have here, which is their shock value for being so many cavalry, and these units aren't very good at fighting cavalry. It's going to mean a pretty quick and easy rout of the Roman troops. The Romans have war dogs, which is annoying. They'll lead to some deaths amongst your cavalry for sure. Alright, well, you can see this battle is pretty simple. I just basically used my cavalry mob, and I used my barbarian infantry to take out the first wave of Romans. There was actually 2 Roman armies. So anyway, that's pretty much the end of this fight. Nothing left to see here. Alright, the fight in northern Italy is over. I dealt the Romans a quick and deadly blow. And it looks like the Romans have taken this Gallic city a long time ago. So I'm going to go ahead and besiege it. And that's all I'm going to film for now. Hope you've enjoyed this so far, and tune in as we continue to sweep through Italy.